Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of the Save Slot 3 Gamescast. I am your ever wonderful host, Mr. EF Gizmo, joined us by Massive Das
Hello, everyone.
and Xbox Live's CW Lanky.
Hi, Dave. How's your arm, Dave? Is it still there?
So boys, since last week I have had surgery. I've had major surgery, Pengi. Major surgery because I was under general anaesthesia for 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, we're okay. I've got a cast on. I've had to chisel the cast a little bit on the palm so I can hold a game controller because I was like, I'm not spending 6 weeks not playing games. So that's fine.
I said you just get out of the way to play one-handed Wii games.
You'd actually be surprised how few Wii games are one-handed, Pengi.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I could play.
Wario.
I could put. Well, then you got to hold.
Shake.
You got to hold that sideways.
Oh yeah.
Right.
What about Wario Smooth Moves?
Whereas Smooth Moves, some of those you got to hold sideways as well.
Okay.
It's basically House of the Dead, Pengi.
Oh yeah.
It's about an hour and a half, though, isn't
it?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I'm all right, Craigo. So yeah, I've got 5 more weeks off work, so I will probably have quite a lot to talk about on these podcasts now going forward.
Excellent.
But speaking of which,
Connect. You should have got out the Connect. There we go.
You know what? You're not wrong, Pengi. Maybe I'll put both Kinects, the Xbox One and the 360 Kinect, on top of each other. Get an Xbox Live Vision camera as well, so I can get my knob out playing Uno. Not online anymore, so it'll only be for me. But you know, tradition, isn't it, Craigo?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But my knob to one side, Craig. Let's get on with the show. So let's start with what we've been buying and playing, because we've got quite a big news section today. So we'll deal with what we've been buying and what we've been playing. And I want to hear what Mr. Chris Pengelly has been purchasing and playing this week. So take it away, Chris.
Okay, so the pickups a bit of a mixed random pickup bag this week.
Did we ever think it would be anything else, Craigo?
Well, I think a non-random bag would be like next week. It's like I bought Saros. That's pretty not very random, is it? But this week, so I bought on PS5 Martha is Dead and The Invincible. So it's like, I think it's a psychological horror game that reviewed like not middling. Like I think like the content is very intense or whatever. Some people didn't like it, and from what I gather, but I've not played it yet because I only just picked it up. Sort of thing. It's got a poster and stickers with it. It's still got the stickers with it, Craig. So
it's a 6-hour platinum, Craig.
Is it? I didn't even.
I was trying to think of why has he bought this instead of play the 700 other games he's already got, and that all makes sense now, Dave.
I didn't know it was 6-hour platinum.
No, of course not. And what's the other one? What's the Invincible?
I think this is like a walking sim type game. Yeah.
Is that also a 3-hour platinum?
What was it called?
I don't know. The Invincible.
The Invincible.
What is it?
It's a 12-hour completion.
Ooh.
So Pengi won't be doing that. Let me guess. Let's see if there's 2 playthroughs. I think that's probably why. Yeah.
12 hours does sound like a lot for one playthrough for one of them.
Yeah, there's options, Pengi. That's the problem.
Pengus likes options,
Pengus
but not
hates
to
options.
not to do 2 playthroughs. But anyway, I got those 2, and I also bought a Razer Kishi controller for the Android phone name.
I feel like you've just kind of got to the point where you're like, you know what? I don't have enough physical things to play games on, so I'm going to go for the world record of the most different ways to play games, and then not really play them beyond.
And then sit here and be like, yeah, I don't like playing things handheld. I need them all docked to my TV.
Yeah, I really hate digital games, so that's why I've bought a £2,000 PC.
Well, yes. But I have tried the Razer Kishi controller. I re-downloaded Destiny Rising, and it worked surprisingly well.
From a scale of 1 to Playdate, will it get used again?
Monster Hunter Outlanders is coming out, so
no. That's that what you're saying?
Yeah, we're saying no, it's not getting. How much was this one-off thing that you're gonna just chuck in a drawer and forget ever existed? I guess.
£15.
Christ, okay.
CEX sells it for like 22. So.
Oh, bargain.
Yeah, I don't know what I would get trading for it, but Monster Hunter Outlanders is coming out, and so is Ratchet and Clank. Okay, what is the subtitle of the mobile game?
I've
Rumble Squad, something
completely
like
deleted it from my mind, Pengi.
that?
Yeah,
Mm.
I
I'm
didn't
honest
even
with you.
know that existed.
Yeah. Yes, there's a mobile Ratchet and Clank multiplayer game coming at Craig at some point.
Did you not already own a Backbone?
No,
Okay. Did you at one point
No.
own a Backbone?
no,
Strange.
no. I've never owned a mobile controller.
Wow.
So there we go. But that's my random pickups thing. I then played. So on the one PlayStation game was Pragmata. So I don't know if
So
I
yeah,
bought it
if
last week. I think I might have bought it last week. I'm not sure. But I have played, finished, and sold that since the last podcast at least. Because it's a one and done. Angles is one and done. And also, I knew what you had to do to get like the little bit of extra ending. I had to get all the collectibles that aren't really collectibles. Like there's like your power ups and stuff. I was missing like 60 of them. I couldn't be bothered to go get all 60 of them. Davey of
Fair
Pragmata.
enough. Fair enough.
But the actual game, just single player, story and that, not to do the little bit of extra mode that they add on the end if you want to get some more from it. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good time. The hacking mechanic doesn't wear out, which you might think after like, oh yeah, this is a little bit of a gimmick after like an hour or so. But yeah, it works and it's all good all the way through. You get new power ups and you use different different abilities where you're hacking. So like the robots will be stunned longer or they heat up quicker, so you can go in for like a better kill, or the bit that opens up where you like shoot them stays open quicker, and you can like combine things. Yeah, it was overall good game, and I think you've started it as well, haven't you, Craig?
Yeah, so I picked it up. I got it off Amazon. I'm doing a little deal on it already, so I picked it up on that, and a little £10 voucher off work as well that I could spend. So I was like, well, I'll get that. I ended up paying about £31 for it, which
Nice.
seemed like a bit of a bargain at the time.
Mm.
I've done the opening, like the introduction bit, and then I have done the first area as well now. So I've just
Nice.
gone back to the what's it called, Pengi? You little
Shelter.
Yeah, there you go. I just come back to the shelter now and just kind of getting ready to go do the next area. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's cool. This is the first area is like the bit from the demo essentially. Quite a lot of
Yeah.
'cause you do the boss fight in that demo, I believe, and you do one of the areas as well in the demo to open the door where you got to do the 5 locks, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's got a nice little knack and charm to it. The playfulness of like the Hugh and Diana's already seems pretty cool. So yeah, I actually I'm enjoying it so far. But yeah, I'm still early doors, even though I know it's probably not that long. Honestly.
Yeah, I think my playthrough was just over 9 hours. But I know, like Andy, for instance, he platinumed it, and I think it was 26 hours, which isn't a huge amount of time for a platinum, sort of thing. But you do have to do your lunacy playthrough if you want that, Craig. And
Is that the hardest dicks mode? Is it?
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know how hard lunacy is, but that is the hard mode. You got to play it again after that. And then again, if you miss any of the collectibles and power ups and stuff like that, you might have to go back and get them, because I thought I was doing quite well with that. And it's like, do you get the percentage next to the areas where it's like, oh, most of them's like 88, 94% and that, and then you go through them all and you count them all up, and oh, that's actually quite a lot missing and stuff like that. But that's my PS5 playing, just the one on PS5. Then on PC, so Samson, I finished Samson. That on the PC. Not a bad game. I think I've talked it a couple of times now. I like the time sort of mechanic. Like you do a mission, and you got morning, afternoon, and like evening. You do a mission, and it takes up points, but certain missions use up more time, and stuff like that, where you're trying to pay off your debt and things like that to like the mob. But there is a story missions you can do on that. The game is very rough. It's like playing it on PC. It's like, is it my PC? Blah blah blah. But they've put out loads of patches. They've even put out like a roadmap, which they've already put on the roadmap, like 6 different updates on it, and they've put out like we're fixing stuff daily at the moment. We're gonna come to consoles and stuff. Like by the time it comes to console, and it's had like 9 updates and stuff to it, it's most probably going to be a much better game, and not like I think it's like a 58 or something on OpenCritic, which is like pretty low. It wasn't a 58 right like game I played. I would say it's like I would give it like I don't know, maybe a 7. And I guess like when it does come to consoles, most people will enjoy it and that on stuff. But that's not going to be till later in the year, I think. But again, I guess it's like wait for patches, because we've seen like Crimson Desert, haven't we, Dave? Like how that's now compared to launch and stuff. You know, I think they've added like difficulty settings and
it's
redo
basically
bosses.
like the release was like a 0.5, and the game now it feels like a game. Like if they reviewed now, I think it'd be 10 points higher. Like it's that kind of thing. And by the sounds of it, Samsung, and like you did it with in Mind's Eye, you did this last year, where you played it and you weren't as harsh as everyone else. And then by the time if you played it now, it's probably not a 4, it's probably like a 6, right?
Yeah, that sort of thing. Because Mind's Eye, when I played it, already had like 4 or 5 patches and stuff like that, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's unplayable. It runs at like 10 frames a second." Like, obviously, I was playing it on the Pro, and I've had a Pro patch, and I unlocked frame rate and stuff like that. I was like, "This is fine." There are some dips when like 500 cars are blowing up or something, but you're just walking around shooting people. It's never a problem, sort of thing. Talking about shooting people, play some Overwatch, Dave.
Okay.
After we talked about it last week on the 2016 thing, and we gave it Game of the Year, from what I remember, I played some Overwatch. Obviously, jumping into it now, years later, it's like, okay, all the menus are completely different and stuff like that. It's like, get on like the characters, like everyone's got the gold new logo next to them, like new, and like okay. So I just played a few matches. I played the new character. She was a healer called Juno. I think she's like supposed to be like a Martian or something. Thing when she's got like space helmet on and stuff like that. But she's pretty like seemed pretty simple. Like you shoot your guys, you heal them, you shoot the enemies, you do damage, and you could I can't remember what was there like a power up was like a lightning beam, like like the Marvel blue light beam. It was like one of that was like her ultimate and stuff like that. Just tried one of the healers, played like 4 or 5 matches, stuff like that. It's actually really fun going back to it. It's like, oh yeah, Overwatch is pretty fun. I haven't played this for ages. So it's like this is actually quite good. It's just there's lots of video games. That's the problem, isn't there? Like to think you play back into like a multiplayer game like it, but I did have a quick few plays of that. Talking about multiplayer, we've played a bit of Kiln. I think I played a little bit more. I think I'm level 11 now. But we played together. Me on PC, you on your ROG, not ROG, your Claw, Dave, and Dave on Craig on his Xbox. It was pretty fun, wasn't it? Even though we weren't very good at it, we were losing quite a few games.
Yeah, it was fun. I've gone back since as well. I think you have as well, Pengi, looking at your achievements. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think we said it when we were playing it. It's kind of that perfect like Game Passy type of game. Like it's not gonna have long legs, I don't think, but the core game was fun. Like it was fun to make the different parts. It was like the actual like match type of trying to get the water in. Because once we figured that out, we did start doing better. I know we only won 1 game, but once we figured out that actually we do need to try and make an effort to get the water over there and like strategized a bit more. I think it was quite fun, but yeah, it's one of those. Like I hope that it gets. I know it's got a roadmap, but I hope it does keep getting content because it is a really enjoyable game from what we've played so far. Again, it's a game. It's not a Game Pass. You need to subscribe to the service, but if you are, I think it's more than worth that. I think it's 18 quid, something like that, to buy it properly.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, which I think it's probably worth it. Like you'll be able to get it on a sale for 15, right, from a certain website. So
yeah. Any thoughts on Kiln, Craig? Because you have played as well. You must probably played the least of us, but I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of aggressively okay, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I thought the maps in particular I didn't think were that great at all. Um, thought the one with the bloody the ships going around it and that, I was just like, oh, this is just silly. Like, what are we doing here? I felt like maybe let it down a bit. But yeah, I do wonder how much of an audience this is going to find, even on Game Pass. I would imagine.
Mm. Yeah, it's like interesting. Like they've done a roadmap, but it's literally like for the first month, and this is our updates for week 1, week 2. It's like, are they expecting after a month it to be kind of dead?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be Sea of Thieves, right? I think it's you. Luckily, you only need 8 people to play it. I think is probably a positive way to put it.
Yeah, yeah. For that, then the last one on PC is Ties of Tomorrow, which is the new game from the Road 96 devs, Dave, because you forget what this game is. Oh wait, sorry, I mentioned it.
Oh yeah.
So I bought this on PC I managed to get a Steam key for it, so I didn't pay 25 quid for it. So that I've not played a huge amount of it, but what I have is quite interesting, like the whole me- time sort of mechanic in it as well. The best way sort of to, like describe it, so it's based on obviously Road 96 was a narrative driven like adventure game, kind of like Life is Strange. You both know what Life is Strange is like, yes?
Mhm.
And you make a choice like Life is Strange, Max has decided to do this and that. It's basically like that, but I'm following the choice after you've made that choice, Dave.
Yeah.
So you start the game up, you make your character, you pick like a hazmat suit, like your color of it, and that's literally in. You pick if you're gonna have a male or female voice. That's literally it. So you don't like select your hair or build or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward. You make your character, and then you pick who you're gonna follow. So you can. Um, I'm playing with an Xbox controller, so you go like right B, brings up your friends. Obviously, none of you. Plus, I'm playing on Steam, so like, how many people have got on my Steam lately? So none of them. You can pick like a bot thing, and it's like the devs playthroughs and that, and like 5 bots, and like this is pro mankind, this is pro. Then you've got one of the people that have played it, and you've got like star players. Now, from what I remember from the trailer, star players are going to be like reviewers, streamers, and that sort of thing. I didn't recognize any of the names, for instance, but I saw this one's got 100% playthrough. In like a couple of them had like 50% playthrough. Obviously, the game just sort of came out. So like one had 69% or something. Nice, but I went for the 100% playthrough. I just picked them because they had 100%. Got a Steam achievement for doing a star player review. So I started their thing, and you do like the opening sort of prologue, blah blah blah. It shows you, it explains all the mechanics, and then you get a boat. You know, the game's got boats. I don't like boats. You got a boat, and you got to like go where you want. And there was 2 islands, and the first island was showing where the character I was following, and the second island was following a different character I wasn't following. So I don't know what would have happened if I went there. So I went to the island of the character I was following, and there's the water's full of plastic, and like the environment. It's all about the environment and that. And everyone's got diseases and that. And this mob boss has got like this drug that like cures you, and you need it as well. So you go into this island. So the previous character I was following had given away the drug to like everyone on the island. So that's the choice that they made. So when I go there, they're like, "You're one of these tide walkers." Because I got the same sort of hazmat out. Like I'm getting blamed for giving like the drug away. So you got like talk to the mob boss and stuff like that, and like get them on side. So now I've got them on side, and like, oh yeah, we are good, good guys. The Tide Walker's good. So if you would then follow one of my saves, you better go to like the island and stuff, and like I was going into like the mob boss hideout. I walked across a bridge. The bridge fell down after I walked across it. So if you follow my save, Dave, that bridge wouldn't be there, for instance. But you can repair the bridge, and then if Craig follows your playthrough, the bridge was there, for instance. If that all makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like the choice game, like a Life is Strange, that sort of thing. That's how it's done. You pick all your dialogue options, but then it's like the rolling on effect of like afterwards, sort of thing. So there is the replay value. There's like, and then again, if like, what if I went to the other island first, the like gambling island? They didn't go there first, but I went there first. Like, they wouldn't have raced the boats because I went there second, like they did, and I had to race their Ghost in like a speedboat race. It was like, well, if I went there first, they wouldn't have, like, what would have been the outcome? What would have been the differences, stuff like that. So it's got an interesting like concept of taken of what those sort of games has done before. Like I said, I'm not a huge way into it. I've only done like chapter 1. I think there's 4 chapters, so I like a quarter of the way through. But yeah, it's an interesting concept of what I've played for, and like I said, there could be replay value there if you wanted it as well. I think there's 4 or 5 endings, which I guess is based around that. I think the easiest way, if you wanted to get them all, is just do the devs, pick all 5, do the 5 devs, and they would have made this is the pro mankind playthrough, this is the selfish playthrough, this is the pro environment playthrough, blah blah blah, and get the endings from that way. But that is like what I'm currently is my main game I'm playing until like Saros comes out.
Nice, Pengi. And
Yeah.
is that everything?
Yep, everything.
Wonderful. Mr. Craig Warren. Video games. What have you played? Tell us.
Right, what have I played? So obviously I already spoke a bit about Kiln and Pragmata, so I won't go on about them again. Other than that, Davey, I have played more Mario Wonder,
Yahoo!
and I am on world number 5, I think now,
Nice.
which is the Fungi Mines, I believe. I am in. Game's really good, Dave. I'm really enjoying it.
I've been saying it for years, Craig.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I'm still trying to get every the Wonder Seeds I can as I go.
Hell yeah.
The levels all feel different enough and all feel fun enough. They've all got their little twists and that, right? It's got enough of its charm going for it as well. And I'm just continuing to do the odd few levels here and there. Whilst I'm in bed, played the whole thing on handheld so far. I hasn't even even thought about playing it docked. That disgusts me. Weird.
It looks pretty good on that screen, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it does. And it runs just buttery smooth. So I'm enjoying that still.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of the 120 FPS games, right? On a handheld?
Think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's like a crazy tech thing on that. Hell yeah.
And then the only other thing I have played, Dave, and finished now, is The Last of Us Part 2. Which is on my backlog challenge. So I'm looking down now. I'm hoping Pengi's giving me a tick. He hasn't given me a tick, the rat bastard.
I will give you a tick right now.
Yeah, I want a tick. So that would put me at 4 out of 5. Now, Dave.
There we go. Not even halfway through the year.
Just Star Wars Outlaws left for me at the moment.
Yeah.
And overall, for The Last of Us Part 2, I mean, I really like the game. It does have some weird story bits going on. It does. There's just a bit of where the wokeism is just so silly and so in your face, and so you're just sighing. You're just have some fucking self-control, these writers. You just don't need to put it in everything, do you? Oh dear, that was a moment, but I just sighed and moved on.
That's what you can do, Craig.
I don't need to be hyperbolic about like as some people get, but you just think, really, guys, really, you can just.
I hope you're ready for Intergalactic to be full of it, because since the other guy left Naughty Dog, Druckmann hasn't had a filter, has he?
It's just you're just there, you've made this incredibly dark, post-apocalyptic America, and the world feels so good, and you just just gotta creep this shit into it, don't you? It's like, oh, this is not what anyone wants, is it at all? Other than I guess the handful of video game journalists, because they're all in that circle. But
Yeah,
That was
I always find it weird. Like again, the story's a story for me. I think it is what it is, right? My biggest annoyance is that the game doesn't really end, and you're like, oh,
oh shit. So
yeah,
getting on to that, David, there
yeah,
was the well, there's a few like do I just go into spoilers at this point?
yeah.
Does anyone
It's
care?
been 6 years. Pengi, 2020 did it come
6
out?
years, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, go
Yeah.
crazy.
It came out
So
December 2020
Yeah, okay.
during COVID, like a month after or a month before Ghost of like Yotai. Yeah,
so I
Version of
do
Yotai.
I do really like the game and the world and that. I will because I know it sounds like I'm just ranting and being silly at this point, but like
Yeah.
there are some really silly like points in the story which I'm because obviously I played the first game last year, and I think that story is phenomenal. I think it's so good, it's so sick, it's so streamlined. I watched that first season of the TV show, and I think that's absolutely brilliant as well. And obviously, I didn't watch the second season of the TV show because I hadn't played this game yet. But there was people in work who've watched the first season of the TV show, Dave, and have no interest in video games at all. They just thought, oh, this is a cool TV show, right? They love that first season because that story's great, right, Dave?
Mhm.
And there's people in work. There's the same people in work who then watched the second season and were like, "This is shit." I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Like, I wonder like why? Because obviously I've not played the game. I knew one big spoiler. That's it. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, there's just weird things like the fact that like. I mean, Ellie in general is just the fucking bad guy. She's just on a fucking murder spree across Seattle. Like, what the fuck? Her motivations are fucking wild in this game. She's just fucking murdering people. At no point was I really rooting for her because she's just fucking killing people, Dave.
Yeah.
She's just fucking killing them.
Mhm.
She knows. She knows what happened at the end of the first game because you see it in the flashback. That was the only thing keeping me going with Ellie. I was like, well, she doesn't know what Joel did at the end of the first game. She doesn't know why they killed him. But she does, it turns out, when you see it in the flashback. And I was like, why did they do that? Just don't. They should never have done that flashback. That should have been revealed. That should have been a big reveal in Seattle. She should have caught one of these guys. She's fucking hitting him. She's about to kill him, and then they go, wait. You don't know why. You don't know what happened. And that could have been a big like emotional moment. And then like she could have been questioning like what she was doing and why she was doing it. But instead, no, that's just the flashback, and she already knows that. She knows it, and she's doing it. She's just killing everyone anyway. Strange. And then the whole like her and Abby, like the times when they meet, is just bizarre. It's just strange. Like the first time in Seattle when they have their fight and that, and you're just like, right, well they're gonna fight a bit, then they're gonna talk it out, right? There's gonna be a moment where like because Ellie doesn't know that Abby's the fucking doctor guy's daughter, right? And that's why Abby's killed Joel, and this is why all this has happened. So there's got to be a moment in this game where this conversation happens. There has to be, right, Dave? This is what this game has led up to. This conversation that needs to happen. And it doesn't happen in the first bit. And you're like, oh, that's strange. Like, is that it? Is that the end? But then obviously you do a bit more, and you realise that that's not the end. That she's going to then go back to California. They're going to meet again, Dave. There's going to be another showdown, Dave. And you think, well, this is the one where they've got to have this conversation now. This is the end. This is what this game's been leading to. This moment. I'm not expecting them to hug it out afterwards and, be best friends for life, but there's got to be a moment here where we're talking, and no, instead they just meet up, punch each other a bit, and then wander off again. And I was just like, what? What? Who writ that?
Neil
Either
Druckmann.
or Haley Gross.
Who writ that?
Who is in Intergalactic? She's like the woman on like the telephone screen.
I'm not some like grand storyteller. Like, I don't know the first thing about storytelling, but even I'm like, there's got that. There needed no. There needed to be. There's the whole game built towards that. What was the point of it all?
Exactly, Craig.
They just beat each other up and then wandered off again.
Exactly.
It's strange. It's a bizarre ending. Like I said, the first time they did it in Seattle, I was like, right, that's odd. But then you're like, oh, okay, now we're going to come around, we're going to have the big confrontations going to happen again. And again, the way they do the confrontation's cool. They find each other, and it's in the water, and it's like I said, the game is fun. I really like the game now, but I was just. And then you do it, and I'm like, right, this is the moment now. They've both beaten each other up in the water, and she's nearly killed her, but she's chosen not to. But this is now. Now we're gonna talk it out. She's gonna explain what's happened, and no, we're just gonna wander off again. It's odd. It's a very strange. It's odd. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I think the story-wise, the first game is far beyond the second one. But like I said, I still really do like the second game. It's still very fun to play. The combat is it's great. It's a moment's game. The first time when you fight the dogs, boys, the enemies of the dogs,
Yes.
and I'm like, right, I'm gonna kill all the humans. So I killed all the humans. And then the dog just starts wailing, and it's just like it's trying to like nudge its human to get up, but it can't because I fucking killed the human, Dave, and I felt awful. I felt dreadful. This poor dog, Dave,
Right.
doesn't even exist, and its human's dead, and I've killed the human, and it's just there. It's making a wailing noise, and I was like, "Oh, this game hits you in places, doesn't it? Like that's awful." I mean, I killed the dog straight away after, Dave, but
So they'll be in the remaster when it comes out for PS6.
yeah, but like,
He's playing the remaster.
yeah, I am playing the remaster, the remake of the remaster.
Oh, sorry. I don't know which stage you're at with them.
I mean, the PS6.
Yeah.
PS6 will get the remake.
The remake, yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So like the moments like that in this game are just so good because like I said, the combat is just phenomenal and the world's great and yeah, it's great. But yeah, it does do some questionable things story-wise, which
Yeah,
odd.
it'd be interesting how you find the show because I like Last of Us Part 2. I don't mind the story as well. I think it's it's in my top 10 games like all time. It's fantastic. But
Do you not agree
Ellie,
with me that there needed to be something at the end though? There needed to be a
yeah,
chat or something. There needed
especially
to be...
with especially with the rumors for the next one scene. If it's true, what part 3 is going to be, it's like Ellie and Abby's not even really going to be most probably in it, or if they are, it's going to be like weird and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I don't really want them to be if they do it because I don't want this to happen again.
Yeah.
I don't have to like fight through and then find each other again, and then no, we're gonna beat each other up again and wander off again. Like the
Yeah.
moment's gone now, isn't it?
No, they'll
Like,
they'll
yeah.
both get killed mid-sex scene, probably like 3 hours in the game. Because there has to be an Abby sex scene again. That was really important to the plot that they put that in.
But anyway, it'd be interesting when you watch this show because I thought Ellie was awful in that. She is the worst part. And obviously you don't like her from part 2 anyway, but she is by far the worst part of.
Yeah, the actress is
of the show.
really not like the actress for Abby looks and acts like Ellie in the show.
Yeah.
Like it's really strange. It's
Yeah.
really strange.
But obviously Abby's bit's going to be season 3, so like
Yeah.
I said, it's going to be interesting when you do watch season 2. Like, this is really bad, but season 3 could be pretty good because I quite like Abby as like something like that.
yeah, like the Abby storyline in the game is phenomenal.
I think it should have
absolutely
just
love
been
that.
Abby though, right? Like if we've been completely honest. Like, cause I've not
Maybe.
played it. I've watched the whole walkthrough of it because I'm not paying Sony money for that. But like, I watched it and I was like, if they'd made this 2 games, I would have made, like, you know what I mean? Like if they'd done all of Ellie as DLC and you got all of Abby's story and you were like, okay, this is an interesting side of it. But yeah, the Ellie stuff, just the ending's terrible. Like it's like you said, you feel pointless, don't you? 'Cause you're like, well, she couldn't even accept her happy ending. We have to
Yeah.
bait for a sequel. Like
Yeah, there's whole stuff about that at the time, wasn't there? Like what Neil was talking about on there. I can't remember what he said. Why the ending was like that and stuff.
it's
but
one of
yeah.
those. He feels like a guy that likes the smell of his own farts, like with his writing.
Yeah.
Because like he just didn't.
Yeah.
Like I said, in the first game, you had the other guy that I reckon a few times pulled him back, and like as much as I don't like The Last of Us Part 1, the story is very well constructed throughout, right? Like the characters are really well built. Like the ending is an emotional gut punch. Even Left Behind is like a really like well told part of the game. Like, and obviously like when Craig played it, it was in the game, wasn't it? It wasn't like DLC.
Yeah.
But it's like you can tell that the person that stopped him from going too far, and too far isn't Joel's death. Joel's death makes sense.
Oh
But
yeah, no,
it's-
I completely.
yeah, like
I don't
it
get why
makes sense.
anyone was upset with that.
But
It
it's
sets
like
up the whole game.
yeah, and again, it'd be the anger would have made more sense to me if Joel was Drake and had been in 5 games, but he'd been in one game where he was essentially the baddie at the end. So like, does the world make sense, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that my frustration with The Last of Us Part 2 is I think it's the flip of the first game. The gameplay is way better than the first game, but the story just ain't close for me. But yeah, you've played them both, Craigo. So your journey on the PlayStation exclusive catch up takes another step.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now you need to go play all the Uncharted games.
Yeah, and God of War Ragnarok and
Yeah.
Horizon 2. all that.
Ragnarok
yeah.
is a wild game that you haven't played.
I know, because I absolutely
You
love
love
that
the first one,
game
and
as well.
Ragnarok. Oh, is it better? I think it's better than the first one.
Mm.
I don't know if
Well,
that'd be
when
controversial, but yeah.
Yeah, when me and Dave are playing the new prequel one, you can play
Oh,
Ragnarok.
God. Yeah, but when
Yeah.
we're playing the PSP one, Craigo, you can catch up.
Yeah.
And that is it for me in terms of
Pardon me.
playing, I think, Davey.
Lovely. Well, mine will be much quicker. I bought nothing with a K.
Nice.
Like I said,
Nice.
got a bad arm, so I'm just chilling. I've got a big backlog push at the minute. And so, to that end, sorry, let me click on the button. Call of Duty Ghosts was playing that last week. I've now finished that game. We were too harsh on it 13 years ago, Craigo. With the power of hindsight, it was a very enjoyable 5 hours. It was basic ass Call of Duty. The set pieces were quite fun. I really liked most of the levels, if I'm honest with you. Like, all the set PC levels were good. It was kind of like, hey, we're gonna go underwater and do this cool shit, and then we're gonna go and do this in this stealth mission. Then we're gonna go and do this, blah 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 blah. And it was fun, right? The ending's funny. The sequel bait ending, really really funny to me. That's probably the worst bit about it, right? Because you don't really get the fulfillment of ending Rourke. And obviously I don't think it'll ever be a Ghosts 2. So yeah, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's one of those games, if you haven't played the campaign and you were like, I fancy playing a first-person shooter campaign for a few hours, I recommend it. It's a really cheap game. Again, I've had my copy since I got my Xbox One, so it was just sat there. I thought, why not play it? But yeah, that was really fun, so that's finished. On the Xbox One, the only other game I have started, Craig, and this one is that might excite you in your loins. It's a game I've never actually played, and that is Assassin's Creed 2.
That's a good one.
So I'm playing the 360 version. It was given away as Games for Gold. It doesn't
One
really.
of the first games for gold, I think.
I think it was the first game, like officially
Might
announced,
be.
because Fable was like accidentally announced, wasn't it?
Yeah,
If
it
I
was
remember
odd
rightly.
because they hadn't even announced it. Everyone just figured out that it was free. And
Yeah.
everyone being like, "Should we be doing this, or is
Yeah.
this wrong?" And then I think Assassin's Creed 2 was, you're right, like the first like big proper one.
Yeah. So and I've never played any of the Ezio games. I think I played like a couple hours of the Ezio collection on PS4 once, and it had a lot of problems at launch. You know, Ubisoft game. Let's all be shocked. Like I don't think it had like some texture issues or they weren't loading correctly. But yeah, so I haven't played very long. I've maybe played an hour. Like I've been a baby. That was quite fun. But yeah, it looks and runs pretty good on. Again, I'm playing on like just a normal ass 1080p TV on my Xbox One S, so like it runs. It's the best a 360 game is going to look and run. I've got no problem with it. And yeah, I'm enjoying what I've played so far. I just have to be very wary of the backwards compatibility save problems that some of these games have. So I have done the research. I know what I've got to do. We're okay. But yeah, so that's that on Xbox One. On the Nintendo Switch 2, just played more Pokemon Fire Red, boys. Pengi, I am in Victory Road.
Nice.
I've done some of the Sevi Islands. You do bits of it in the story, and then you can go back afterwards. I'm just enjoying it. It was when I first came out of hospital on Monday and Tuesday. Obviously, I wasn't really sleeping. I was heavily sedated. And a game like Pokemon that is very slow, you don't have to really hold the controller properly, was perfect. So I'm like 20 hours in. I'm really enjoying it. Like it's a game that I know well, right? So yeah, really enjoying that. And then on PC, in addition to us playing Kiln, I have been back into Starfield on my Claw on Xbox PC. I've been doing the Alliance Tracker missions, Craigo. The one that was the mod DLC, I guess. Just to get some more content done before I go and do the actual DLC, which came out. And I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoyed Starfield when it came out, and I still enjoy it now. I think the changes they've made in these big updates are really good and really welcome. It's just a fun Bethesda game. Like it's the first one I've really really enjoyed for a long time. So yeah, it's one of those. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. That's all I've been playing. So let's get on to the news desk with Pengi. Time for some news.
We have 10 items of news now.
Baker's does Han.
Oh, yes. Number one, Echo the Dolphin's coming back, Dave. With Echo the Dolphin complete, it's going to be a remaster featuring all versions of Echo the Dolphin and Echo the Dolphin Ties of Time. That sounds really similar to Ties of Tomorrow, doesn't it? Ties of Time. And there's also going to be a brand new Echo the Dolphin game coming in that bundle as well.
And the audience went mild, Craigo.
We love Echo the
No
Dolphin.
one loves Echo the Dolphin, Pengi.
He's
It
coming
was
back.
it was an okay Mega Drive game, and it was a below okay Dreamcast game.
Well, you're not getting the Dreamcast, you're getting the 8-bit and 16-bit
Oh, there we
versions
go.
of the game. So
So-
you're going to get the Master System version of Echo the Dolphin.
That is what the world needed, isn't it?
That's so well neat. Have you ever played Echo the Dolphin, Craig?
No, absolutely not.
No, I don't think Craig will ever play Echo the Dolphin, if I'm honest.
Well, they're going to have a brand new Echo the Dolphin game in this bundle, so you know. So that's.
Can you buy it outside of the bundle, or is it just stuck
I
in the
don't
bundle?
think it. I think it's stuck in the bundle.
Oh, that seems silly, doesn't it?
All right.
Yeah.
That's very silly.
Why
Why would
new
you not
game-
just sell your new game?
unless the new game's not very good.
Or unless the new game is just an old game repackaged that they've never released.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. I mean, that's the thing. They're talking about old things. Hey, the Neo Geo AES is coming back.
You need to explain all of this to Craigo. Because when you
Right.
buy it, Craigo needs to know how much money you spent.
Right, I don't have to buy it. So, Craig, there was a games console back in the day called the Neo Geo AES. AES stands for Advanced Entertainment System, I believe. I am correct, aren't I, Dave?
It's advanced or arcade, but
I think it's Advanced.
either works, right?
Yes, Advanced thing. And this console came around the Mega Drive, Super Nintendo time, maybe a little bit later. It was super expensive back in day. It was like only rich people would have had one of these. The games cost $250 each back in like 1995, Craig, for this system.
It was an arcade system at home. So basically the cartridges were like arcade machine cartridges. They were the size of like they were like the size of a Switch 2 if it was like 3 thick.
Yeah, and they had their
They were
own
huge.
motherboards and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it's now obviously didn't sell particularly well because it was super expensive. Games were expensive.
It did
And
live for a
now-
long time though, Pengi.
Yeah,
It was around for
yeah,
like 20 years.
Yeah, they had like King of the Fighters 2002 on there. Games now
Oh,
are super
pardon
expensive.
me.
Even like the cheapest games on like eBay, are like 90 quid, and like some are like £1,700 and stuff like that. And the console's like 400 or 500 quid. So basically, no one can afford to buy them. SNK, obviously they're owned by the Saudi Arabian government or whatever now. They're bringing back the Neo Geo. They're doing a proper console like it was back in the day. And they're re-releasing 10 game cartridges as well. And they're going to charge you 70 quid each for them. Craigie.
Bargain.
Well, they are a bargain if you compare to how much they are to go buy. If you want, obviously they are going to be real games, but you know what? They're
How much-
You know,
On average, are the ACA Neo Geo games to download, Pengi?
they're about £5.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure.
Yes. They're I guess it'd be like reproduction football shirts, isn't it? You know, you could buy old football shirts that are
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, because it's real. It's going to be a real King of the Fighters 2002, but it's also not a real King of the Fighters 2002 as well. So, yeah, this is coming out. The console, I think, is 250 quid. Dave,
Yeah.
am I right? This
yeah,
new one?
on Amazon currently.
Yeah, so the console's 250 quid cheaper than an old original and stuff like that. The games are cheaper and stuff. It plays the old cartridges. So if you do have the old cartridges or suddenly want to go buy more of them and spend 1,700 quid on one cartridge because you really want... I don't think a Magician Lord's that much, but if you really want a Magician Lord... So it's coming back. This is for the real hardcore collectors and stuff. I can't see any of us getting it because if we wanted to play the games, you can buy them for $5 off the Switch eShop.
Yeah, I think it's a cool idea, but
Yeah.
it's not the console I would want them to do this for. So what I'm saying, Craigo, if they turn around and they went, right, we are gonna do this exactly the same, but we're gonna do this with the PlayStation 2. We're gonna make a cheap official PlayStation 2 that's 50 quid and it plays all PS2 games, and we're gonna reprint our best ever games. But you can buy one brand new. You haven't got to go and get like a dodgy CX one, right? Then I would be somewhat interested. But a £250 arcade system from the late 80s, probably not where I am interested, if
Yeah.
I'm honest.
No, I feel like that's a very small market, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think if you...
Because we're
yeah.
old, but we're not that old. Like, Christ.
Uh, yeah.
You
So
got to
if
be a
they-
very special type of like old nerd to be buying this, don't you?
If they did a Neo Geo Pocket Color, Dave.
Yeah, but they put all the games on a Switch cartridge not that long ago.
Yeah, I know, but if they did a Neo Geo Pocket Color, Dave, and did real cartridges again, that's what we want. That's what we want. I think. Next bit of news. This isn't really news, but I saw this bit of thing, and I actually talked about it briefly to you, Craig, in work on lunch. So 6 years ago, we got the PS5 reveal event. Pragmata just come out. That was in that event. So 6 years ago, we found about Pragmata. The only game that hasn't come out in that event is Little Devil Inside. Last time we seen that game was 2 years ago. Is it ever coming out, Craig?
I don't know, because it's a game that, like, when they showed it at that state of play,
Oh yeah, it had its
almost
own
like-
state of play as well. Remember?
it did, and it was almost like the more you saw of it, the more you were like, "Oh, this doesn't look very good." Because when there was just the smaller trailers for it, it looked quite cool and interesting, right? And then when it did that proper state of play, it was like, "Oh, this is like much more than what this is."
I don't
Odd.
even know when that was. That state of play must be ages ago as well now.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if it does ever come up, to be honest with you, Pengi. And when it does, I don't feel like it's going to have, like, it's lost all of its momentum at this point, hasn't it?
That state of play was October 2021.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from my quick search.
So when
Yeah.
was this reveal event?
The real event was 6 years ago in 2020.
Wow, time is
Yeah.
gone, isn't it, boys?
It is.
Yeah, and the last time we seen anything from it was 2 years ago, so that was in 2024.
I can't even remember. The last thing I can remember seeing was that at that state of play. I can't remember anything.
That was
since then.
yeah, it had its own state of play in 2021. It seems that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it ever comes out, Pengi, and if it does, if anyone cares at this point. I think that's the problem that's going to have.
Yeah, because like it's not like a Hollow Knight Silk Song where everyone was like, "Where's Hollow Knight Silk Song?" at like every
Yeah.
event, and Mina's a little bit like that. Not as bad, but it's a little bit like that. It's like like when's that coming and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really see people really clamoring for this game. Do you
Like,
think
who's
it's
funding this at this point? Like,
It was a Kickstarter as well, wasn't it? So that all
it's
money's gone. Yeah, yeah. So, never seen it, Dave. What? We've never seen Deep Down.
Yeah, it's it's vaporware until we get told otherwise, right?
Yeah, yeah. What isn't vaporware? It's for Tomb Raiders. Much to Craig's disappointment, because it is coming July 23rd. Nintendo just dropped a random 3-minute trailer with a date, and this is when some Tomb Raiders is coming out, and it's going to be £42 digital or £50 physical. Craig, how do you feel? How's this going to damage your fantasy credit?
it may well do. It may well do.
It's a Nintendo
Yeah.
exclusive big title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may have been a bit of a mistake. Who knows? We'll see. Possibly. In terms of the actual trailer itself, is this a roguelike thing? Is this what this is? 'Cause that's what I was getting from the trailer.
Don't think so.
No, they haven't really said. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear to be. It looks like a co-op-y kind of thing. I don't know. Is
Yeah,
the
you can play it
understanding.
4-player co-op. You can play it 4-player co-op. So if you both get yours, Splatoon Raiders. We'd be
It was
getting
weird. When they
yours-
were showing the actual like gameplay stuff. I was like, oh, this looked quite interesting. They were showing the world map and all that. I was like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, because they did a roguelike DLC, didn't they, Pengi, for 3?
Yeah, they did do your save for
And
free.
it didn't. They were pretty clear in that trailer what that was, so I'm not sure. To be honest, Greg, I think we need to see more.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just said it's like a single player.
Yeah, they
Campaign,
really
that's it.
emphasised it was
Yeah.
single player and
Yeah.
Switch 2 only.
Yeah.
What about you, Davey? Are you excited for it? It's probably more your sort of thing, right?
Yeah, it's a day one pre-order for me. Yeah, really like the other games. The single players are really good for the Splatoon games. So yeah, excited for it. £42 digital and most places physical. It's £42. So Smiths and I think Amazon have got it for £42 as well. I think Nintendo have it for 50, but it's fine. In the Year of Our Lord 2026, £42 for a first-party Nintendo game. I will take it. But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited for it. I think the people on the forum are pretty excited for it as well. There's a small Splatoon community on there in there. So, but what about
Yeah.
you, Pengi? I know you've been looking
Yeah,
at
I'm excited
single
for
player
it.
games.
It's a single player Switch 2 game, so I'm excited. It's about time we had one of them.
There's so
Funny.
many. There's so many on there that you haven't played, Pengi, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You could be more like Craig. Craig plays them.
Yeah, Tomodachi Life doesn't look single player to me.
Well, Age of Imprisonment, Mario
Yeah.
Wonder.
I play Mario Wonder on Switch 1, and the Sonic game's better as well. So,
Move on, Pengi, before I come to your house and strike you.
talking to Sega, I'm going to go to your bit news on there. Sega have been teasing quite a bit, but they're also teasing, it seems, a new Alien Isolation, Dave.
They are at Creative Assembly. I'm a credit on the first game. So I was
Nice.
I was a QA at the time. But yeah, they're bringing it back. They did a very short trailer. The first game was really good. Bit too long, I think, was the general consensus. But yeah, looking cool. Not for me, obviously. But what about you
Seems
boys?
great.
You love your horror games.
Well, it's not a zombie, Dave.
No, it's scary.
Okay.
I don't
I
like
thought
being
it was
scared.
only zombies.
Well, zombies I don't like, but it's like stealth games. I'm not just not good at them.
Yeah.
And that's a stealth horror game.
Is it for you, Cray? An alien horror game?
I don't know. I love the film. I like Alien. I love the first two. The first two films are great.
Yeah.
I never played the first one. It never really appealed to me. The whole idea of like you're just kind of like hiding from it and trying to like avoid it and all of that jazz. Almost like the Resident Evil levels where you've got the like unkillable like Mr. X or whatever, but like a whole game of that just seemed a bit much to me, right? But I know it does have like a bit of a cult following. Maybe it had some backlash. Was it Ryan McCaffrey gave it a really weird review?
Yeah,
Was
one of
it?
the many bad IGN reviews.
Yeah, I know that's really popping off at the moment, but
Oh
let's
yeah.
go down that rabbit
Oh
hole.
yeah.
But yeah, I never saw the appeal at the time, so I don't know if it's similar. If it's like more of like a traditional horror game that might appeal to me. Because like I said, I do really like those first two games, but Alien is just one of those things where it feels like whenever anything happens, it's always disappointing. That franchise for me at this point. They did that TV show recently, wasn't it? Was it Alien Earth? It was called Alien.
Yeah, they did a
Yeah.
movie that was actually quite scary. That had the basketball player in it, but again.
Yeah, and there was a TV show, and the TV show was really bad. Was it Alien Earth? Yeah, it was Alien Earth. It was awful. Dreadful, Dave. Absolutely dreadful. Then every time you get my little hopes up for something new Alien, and it's always
It's like
shit.
me with Terminator, Craig.
It's always shit.
Yeah, then I'm like, oh god.
Apparently, this TV show's got a 94 on Rotten Tomatoes. What are these critics watching?
Give it a watch.
What is wrong with people? Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. But yeah. But Alien Isolation, not one that I'm particularly excited for, until we see it. If it does look more traditional, more interesting, maybe. What about you, Pengi?
Yeah, I'm not fussed at all. I'd never looked my cup of tea the first game, so I don't know why a second would be up my street. So either sort of thing. It's not my type of horror game as well, because you got other things like that, like those Outlast Trials games, where like it's more like hidey jump scare horror games.
Indeed.
That sort of thing. than like a Silent Hill or something where it's more psychological, horror and that sort of thing. I feel that. But anyway, next news item: Game Pass has decreased in price. So Ultimate is now $16.99 from $22.99, and PC is now $10.99 from $13.49. But you no longer get Call of Duty Day One, and that will come roughly a year later. Essential and Premium will remain at $6.99 and $10.99 thing. And the Xbox logo's changed. It's now green, I believe. And Xbox is back, apparently. And Asher's making moves days.
She certainly is, Pengi.
Yeah.
Asha Sharma, she's listening to the fans, doing a great job. So on Game Pass first. Yep, it's a welcome change. I think we all agree. It was too expensive for what they were offering. It makes sense to drop COD, because if you're going to play COD, you're probably just going to buy COD, right? If that's your jam. I know we all kind of sometimes play a COD on Game Pass every now and then, but I think if if one reviewed well enough that we want to play it, we'd be all right buying it, wouldn't we? For if the trade-off is cheaper Game Pass. So yeah, that's fine. And PC $10.99, that's a great deal. If you play on PC or the PC handhelds, so like the Xbox ROG Ally or the Claw that I have, $10.99 for the PC games. It includes basically it's all the Xbox Play Anywhere games. It's game that first party games, all that kind of stuff, right? So like for me, Forza Horizon and Gears and Halo and all that stuff, being able to play that on the handheld and my PC if I want to for $10.99, I think that's a really good deal. I think that's a really standout deal. But yeah, before we talk about the rest of the Xbox stuff, Craigo, you're obviously the only one of us that has an Xbox Series X. So how do you feel about these changes to Game Pass's pricing model so far?
Yeah, I think they are tremendously positive. Like, to me, the Game Pass price increase, the big last one that we had, that's probably the thing that like annoyed me the most about Xbox over the last like few years. Because everything else, like, I know everyone else got a very hyperbolic about it all, but I didn't, so some games are going into like PlayStation and blah, 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 blah. I couldn't really care that much less, to be honest with you. But the actual like hitting you in the wallet, that's where I care, Dave.
Mm-hmm. Which is fair.
Because I'm a consumer. I'm not. I have no actual relationship with these companies. I'm not. I'm just the consumer at the end of the day. I know we're here, we're doing the podcast, or whatever, but that's where I am at the end of the line, right? And that Game Pass price increase was pretty brutal, I thought, and it did. I spoke about on the time about how I'd had my Game Pass subscription for God knows how many years since. I think we worked out, was it Forza Horizon 4 or something like that?
Yeah.
Whenever the first big Game Pass game was.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't Sea of Thieves. So that is just years and years and years that subscription had sat there, just going and going and going, and then eventually that was the kind of like the straw where I was like, I can justify just letting them keep taking that. Like, was it £23 a month? Like,
Yeah.
it got up to just like that's mental. So even I was to the point where I have to cancel my Game Pass, and I'm gonna have to, like, when I want it, I'll resub like I do with Netflix and the TV streaming there, and when I don't, I won't be subbed. That's how it will have to be if that's how much it's going to be. So I think them recognizing that price increase was just way too much and putting it down is very positive. It's not very often nowadays, boys, that prices go down.
No, not for anything.
No.
Not for any, especially subscription services. Subscription services, you fucking go and resub to Netflix now, boys. I dread to think what it is now. I swear every time I'm like,
without ads, it might be more than Game Pass Ultimate.
oh, I think it easily is.
Yeah,
Easy.
I
If you
think
want
it
like
is.
the good quality one as well, like
Yeah.
it would be more than £16 a month, definitely at
Yeah.
this point. Because whenever I'm like, oh, there's a new season of a TV show, or there's a few things I want to watch on Netflix, I'll resub for a month. Every time I'm like, fucking, how much? What?
Yeah.
I remember when this was like £11 back in the
Mhm.
day or something. Now it's almost double that, it feels. So yeah, subscription service going down is very good. I feel like it's back in the realm of like, oh, it's fine now. Like I'm happy playing that. They've done it at a very good time as well because there is suddenly a lot of things on Game Pass I feel I want to play.
Mm.
So
May
like
for
I
Game Pass is like this late April into May is like pretty stacked.
Yeah, like straight away I resubbed with when we were playing Kill and I was like, right, let's get Replaced downloaded then. Let's get I know Planet of Lana 2 came out early in the year, but I never played that at the time. I really liked the first one. Let's get that downloaded. Obviously mixtapes fairly soon as
Aphelion is
well.
this week.
Yeah, so
Aphelion.
is Inconvenience, that's this week as well.
And then obviously the big one in Forza
Forza.
Horizon 6 is only what, a couple of weeks away?
Yeah.
2 weeks?
Yeah, 19th of
So
May.
I feel like they've done it at a very good time.
Mm.
Yeah. So there, that's my take on the Game Passiness. In terms of like the Asher Shaman stuff, it is interesting, isn't it? That like it does feel like they may be listening to some stuff now, Davey.
It's yeah. So before we get to Pengi, because I know Pengi will have his Game Pass stuff as well. So yeah, so Sharma's basically in the background. They've basically had a reset. So they've completely killed Microsoft Gaming. It's now Xbox. There is no Microsoft Gaming. That division is gone. It is now called the Xbox division. They've put up a new logo that feels. They've actually put up 4 logos, Pengi, today. They've got one for each of the generations, so you can have like wallpapers.
Okay.
But the main one is the green one. They've tried to bring back to like that original personality. They've got it all over the building. A lot of the Xbox employees have come out and been like, "Oh my god, this feels great! Like I'm going to work, and everyone seems to be listening to each other. We feel Team Xbox again." And Asher and Matt Booty did a whole podcast thing on Xbox Wire. They were talking about what their like plan is. They seem to be really doubling down on the Xbox Series X and S, Pengi. For the next couple of years, they want what that means. I don't know, but that's one of the things they talked about. There's a mild talk about exclusivity. Like Craig said, I'm not really fussed, and I don't really want to get into that because I'm not like it doesn't make a difference to me if you play a game on PlayStation 5 or Xbox. Sure, it'd be great to have some games to give you a quote unquote reason to get an Xbox, but it's 2026, like Craig said. Like if Game Pass is well priced, that's good enough for me. But that's a bigger discussion. But yeah, it's what I think. It's an actual positive vibe, right, Craig? Because that's the thing. Like
exactly.
it still needs more actions. They've not done enough yet, but like it is nice to look at the platform that you like playing on and be like, oh, this isn't all doom and gloom. I'm not listening to 16 PlayStation fanboys on podcasts telling me that Xbox is dead. And it's like, no, it's like, I can enjoy my platform without someone else having to beat my head stick with it and be like, okay, cool. Like they're doing stuff, okay, this seems interesting, this seems like a positive move, let's see where they go with it. And like you said, I think as much as we love Phil and we've all been kind of oblivious to Sarah Bond, I think they just needed a change, right? The water was stale, the air was stale, and maybe this change is for the best. But yeah, that's my kind of hyper positive look at it, I suppose, boys. But Pengi, Game Pass and Xbox in general, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, getting a PC Game Pass. Obviously, now I'm on PC Game Pass. Obviously, to me, it's gone. It was already cheap at $13.49. Compared that to Craig's having to pay almost £10 more for Ultimate to get like basically the same thing, and now I'm paying £11. It's pretty good. Obviously, I resubbed. I got a month with my. Well, it didn't come with my PC. It came with my Windows 11, like on the PC for a month. That expired, sort of thing. So I redid it for Kiln as well to play that. Replaced this downloaded Overwatch 2. Oh, not Overwatch 2, but Overwatch. Obviously tried that through Game Pass. And like you said, there's a load of stuff coming out, Aphelion and stuff like that. So maybe I only keep it for a month. I play Forza, I play Aphelion, and that, and then I don't resub till Halo campaign involved or something, that sort of, like big one. It is way cheaper, so maybe I keep it longer. Than I would at 13.50, sort of thing. So that the Xbox stuff is good news, but there is some double speak. Like they say they want to be everywhere, but then you're also saying we're looking at exclusives. So it's one or the other, isn't it? Sort of thing, isn't? and there's a few other bits in that which and thing is like we're gonna dabble down like series that you know and love. So does that mean like we're getting is it gonna be like a Fallout game every year, for instance? Now coming out, and like Minecraft spin-offs out, at the wazoo, because that's the series that sells, and you don't get weird games like Kiln. Yeah, so I think because we look at like what do you call it, the Hi-Fi Rush, for instance, like they closed that studio, for instance. Are we just going to get the big IPs and that's it? So I think like
Yeah, I would
that,
say on that though, I don't think that was Asher and Matt Booty's tenure. That was it, like closing Tango and stuff.
no,
You
no.
can kind of only go off what they've
But
actually
is
said
there
and
a
done.
tenure going to be like, oh, we're not going to do a Hi-Fi Rush, we're not going to do Kill, we're not going to do Keeper, we're just going to do Fallout and Minecraft and Halo and Gears and Forza. We're not going to do all these weird IPs and stuff like that. We're just going to stick with what we know works and sells.
I don't know. It seems like a bit of a jump. I'll be honest with you, Pengi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they've really said
It's
anything.
in their state. It's in their statement. We're going to
Yeah,
focus on.
but their statement
IP.
doesn't say we're not going to focus on other games,
Yeah.
right? Because it's also the thing that like
they never said they're going to focus on single player content and stuff like that. They mentioned live services and stuff like that. So.
yeah. It's again you can have your opinion, can't you? But I do think with like Chris, I think that is a bit of a jump.
Yeah.
Again, at the end of the day, it's actions, right? So if in 2 years' time they close Double Fine and they only release Call of Duty or whatever, then yeah, Pengils is right. But I can't see it. I mean, they did also talk about they haven't acquired anyone in a while. Maybe they'll look into that as well. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's one of those. Like I said, we need actions now. The words have all been very good, and the action of Game Pass is a really good positive step. I think we all agree on that. So yeah, I think just we'll see what they do next. But yeah, I think that covers it. We'll obviously do a bigger Xbox episode at some point when they announce more. Obviously, they got a big showcase in June, haven't they? So I think we'll learn a lot. That and June isn't that far away, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah. Well, sticking to Xbox, they had a mini showing. For sort of thing like a almost like a partner showcase because they have got that Stranger to Heaven one coming up, haven't they? Thing, but we had one for Metro 2030 and 9, which is coming this year to Xbox, PS5, and PC. No Switch 2 version of that. It was mainly like cutscene trailers and that, wasn't it, Craig? I didn't really see that much gameplay of 2039.
No, there was a very brief bit at the end, wasn't there? That was about it, to be honest with you. It was a lot of... It almost felt a little bit like a mini developer underscore direct, right? And I think that's kind of what they were saying they wanted to do with these kind of Xbox first looks, or whatever they're called, is they wanted to provide these studios with their like team that kind of is in charge of putting those shows together and give those studios a chance to kind of have that opportunity to have something like that high production quality, because the developer underscore directs have been very, very good. I thought it was quite interesting to like have that with this team. Obviously, I didn't know or realize that this is a team that is in Ukraine or was in Ukraine, and is the effect that the shenanigans going on over there has had on them and their lives, obviously, and their work and what they've had to do to put this game out. It's crazy. So that was all very interesting. It was very cool seeing them talk very passionately about this game that they've made. I played Exodus. I really liked Exodus. So this is more Exodus, but obviously modern and shiny. That's pretty cool. Deirdre and work is very high on this as well. We were both talking about this. I think he's even like, oh, I want to go play Exodus now. So that's very cool. So yeah, I didn't even realise that this was this year. I did see people were frantically taking it on Fantasy, and when it was like announced, it was like one of the top picked up games. And I was wondering like, why are people taking it? Is it this year? So that's very cool if it does end up being a 2026 game. But yeah, I thought for like an initial announcement, because obviously we hadn't seen anything of this before, right? It was a pretty cool way to do it.
It was a completely new announcement.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of agree. So obviously Metro and So Xbox has always been really good at supporting this studio and the Stalker studio, just historically, right? And obviously they're big on like pushing these kind of like not agendas, but like really like showcasing, like you said, like what these teams go through. And I believe Metro 2033 was originally a 360 exclusive. I think.
I believe so.
Yeah, and I feel like that was that's always been a big thing for them. But yeah, I think it was a really cool look. It looks like the game is taking a slightly darker sort of turn to Exodus. And again, I've only played some of Exodus. I have played 2033 on 360, but I do need to go back and play Redux, which they gave away for free not that long ago.
I'm surprised. I thought it'd be too scary for you.
No, it's a difficult one. Like it's very Fallout-y. It's kind of like Eastern European Fallout, which I don't mind. Like again, I straddle the line with horror. Like as long as I can defend myself, I'm usually pretty happy. But yeah, I think it was a really cool first look, Craigo. And I hope we see more on the showcase in June. I thought, like you said, I think it was really cool to showcase the developer again. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a studio they acquired. I don't know if that's a fucking pizza bet in there somewhere, but them and the Stalker team they have worked quite closely with, so I wouldn't be surprised. Did they say if they were publishing 2039? Or they put it on Game Pass or anything? I haven't watched it, I can't remember.
I don't think it was on Game Pass. I don't think they're publishing either.
Okay, so they're just showcasing the developer.
Deep Silver or someone like that.
Yeah, the last game was Deep Silver, right? So
it's something like
sense.
4A Games. I think they call something like 4A
yeah, 4A
Games.
Games is the studio.
And I'm pretty sure I'm sure it's Deep Silver that is publishing it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I thought it looked cool.
Yeah, Deep Silver. Yeah.
What about you, Pengi?
Yeah, it looked pretty good. So obviously, I would see some more gameplay, and hopefully do see that at the. You mostly think at the Xbox show next in June. If they've got like the marketing and that is aligned with Xbox, you'd most probably see it there and hopefully get some gameplay. And if it is coming this year, you got to date it at some point, and then June would be halfway through the year, wouldn't it, as well? So maybe they date it there for like, I don't know, a December or something. I can see it being that sort of time of the year.
Absolutely.
Next night in New Zealand, Annapurna's gone Switch 2 mad. Dave, you love the Switch 2.
I do.
They do a new... Yeah, it was weird. There was like, on that same day, it was like Splatoon Raiders got announced. Orbital's got like a gameplay trailer of two devs playing it for like 5 minutes and a few hands-on thing. And then Annapurna put this trailer up. It was like, we were supposed to have like a Nintendo Direct today or something, because there's like all this Nintendo news in one go. Yeah, so Annapurna put up a trailer, and they've got a bunch of games that are available now. As people will note, Sayonara Wild Hearts and L'Oreal and the Laser Eyes. So they're all now, some of them have got upgrades and stuff like that. Mixtape is coming to the Switch 2 on May 7th, the same as everything else. So that's pretty cool. Stray's coming to Switch 2. To a T, Craig's favourite, it's coming June 11th.
Toet.
Wonder Stop's coming to Switch 2. Ditopia, it got a release date for like all systems, but obviously on Switch 2 in July. Forever ago, this has been the... Where did we see... We sold this recently with the old man with the Volkswagen like camper van, Craig.
There's the Xbox partner show, was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, we saw that recently. That's coming 2026. And Demi and the Fractured Dream was also 2026. But I've never even heard of, and I saw this trailer and it's like, that looks quite like Journey. I quite like the look of that. Sort of things. There's a lot of games getting like Switch 2 versions, and obviously games coming like the same time as the other systems with like Mixtape and Ditopia. Anything for you, Dave? As you are like, I was going to say Mr. Switch, but that's more like Craig, I think, at the moment. But any of these games, as you like your third parties on your Switch?
Not Annapurna games,
play straight in bed?
No. If I was going to play Annapurna games, they would be strictly Game Pass, I would imagine, right? Or Plus or whatever. But yeah, no, not for me. I've played Sayonara Wild Hearts already. And I think Mixtape is coming to Game Pass, right?
Yeah, it's coming to Game Pass.
So that'd be where I play those.
Yeah. Anything for you here, Craig?
No, not a thing that I can imagine I'll be playing on the Switch 2. I wouldn't have thought.
Nah, like obviously 2T was on Game Pass. You played it on Game Pass as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
And
Stray on Plus.
And we're gonna play Mixtape, I think, on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go.
People
But
have
yeah,
no. That is the RPG like music one, isn't it?
yeah, just come out.
That did look pretty cool, to be fair.
Yeah.
Maybe that at some point I can see that being good on the Switch too, because it is like a turn-based RPG sort of thing, right?
Yeah, it's turn-based RPG.
So if I was going to play that, I feel like Switch 2 would probably be the best place for it, in all honesty. So maybe that's probably got the best chance of all of them.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe Forever Go and little. I'm gonna say visual novel-ish, but it's not really. But eventually game. But you could play that on your telly and stuff like that. Plus, I think that might be Game Pass. I'm not really, I'm sure. Next news. Another announcement. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Precinct is real. It's coming July 9th. It's gonna have new story content, and new like systems and stuff like that. Show the trader. If you get spotted, you don't unsync like you did in the original. You can carry on, and got the combat. It looks a bit more like what was like in Valhalla's combat, and obviously new visuals, audio improvements, and new performances and stuff like that. Craig, as the Assassin's Creed fan here.
Yeah, and yeah, not just Assassin's Creed, but this is my favorite Assassin's Creed. This is the one that I hold up the most. So it's very cool and exciting to see them doing this. It's interesting. Dave kind of absolutely nailed it in our group chat. He was like, "This just looks like what I think Assassin's Creed Black Flag did look like, right in my head."
Mm-hmm.
And they kept showing it more and more, and I was like, "Nah, this is the old game, right? This is exactly what it looked like. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it is." And then they did the side by side, and I was like, "Oh, it isn't, is it?" Like the old game looked so much worse, didn't it?
Oh dear.
Yeah, yeah, you're like, oh. So yeah, it did look really cool. It looked really good. I thought what they'd done graphically and with the world and all that jazz. And I thought it was exciting. The combat that they were showing looked and sounded really good as well. I thought because they've made changes to the combat. It almost feels a bit in between. It looked to me of the old-fashioned Assassin's Creed combat where you're just kind of holding down the button and pressing counter, right? And then the new, more RPG where it's a bit more kind of cinematic.
It looks very similar to Mirage.
Yeah,
the
it
combat
looks like it's got the middle ground.
Yeah,
which I think looked quite cool, quite different and unique. So that's an interesting change they've made. And yeah, everything about it was cool. I thought it was a very good presentation in general. Again, it was you had the proper like with the devs, people chatting. They all seemed very happy and enthusiastic to be making this. They included the bit where they were talking to people who worked on the original game, who I'm guessing had left Ubisoft at this point, and they'd gotten back in again. That's what they've done. And they were kind of like, right, what's what was cool? What what made that game so special? What do we need to bring back? And that seemed like a very cool thing to be doing. And yeah, just the vibes in general of the game and the presentation just seemed very good to me. And July 9th isn't that far away, is it?
No,
at this
sir.
point. I don't know if it'd be day one. I don't know what's coming out around then, but it's one that maybe I'll pick up at some point in the year. Because like I said, I did absolutely love the original Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Such a great game. What about you, Davey?
Yeah, much like you again. Like I've played most of the Assassin's Creed games. I just haven't played the Ezio ones, and like Odyssey. I think compared to you, most of them I have played. Sad, funnily enough. But yeah, Black Flag I really liked back in the day as well, including the DLC, which is I believe they're also including the Adewale story stuff, which is really good. And yeah, like we said,
they're not including DLC.
Are they not including Adewale's?
No,
are they not?
No,
okay,
not
fair enough.
DLC.
No.
I'm guessing no multiplayer as well then.
No multiplayer. No.
No.
That's fine. Oh, fair enough. But yeah, the original game I liked a lot. Much like we were saying, like this just looks like it. And then you saw the comparisons, you're like, oh no, this is definitely a new coat of paint. Yeah, I think it's one of those. I think if it's good, I'll definitely give it a go. It's readily available. Ubisoft games tend to drop in price pretty quick as well, don't they? So yeah, I'm quite excited for it. It's one of those that I'd love it to do well and them to go, maybe we make another game that's just like this, as opposed to the sort of RPG games, because I like the RPG games, but they're just so big, aren't they? Like I know me and Pengi played Valhalla and Craig played Odyssey, and they just drain the life out of you because it's just too much. So a nice 40-hour like do everything Assassin's Creed sounds pretty good to me. And the ship combat, Craigo, I've missed it. I've missed the jackdaw. You know.
You can play Skull and Bones there, Dave.
Yeah, what the same though, was it?
I don't know. I never played Skull
There we
and
go.
Bones.
What about you,
What
Pengi?
about you, Pengi? You
I did watch the trailer. It looked decent enough. I didn't like the game back in the day, so I don't know if I would be rushing to get out a new one, remake of it. Obviously, I can play it on Ubisoft Plus on PC and pay like my £10 or whatever it is for a month for Ubisoft Plus, so I can play it through that if I really wanted to.
Yeah, and I suppose actually it's a point for you, Craig. You can do that on Xbox because they have Ubisoft Plus on Xbox, don't they? So you can just
yeah.
get your 10 quid, play it, have a happy fucking pirate adventure, and then go back to the
Yeah.
real world.
No, Craig loves the pirate adventure games.
He does.
And then the last news, and we're going to hand over to Craig. We had an Xbox Indie Showcase partnered with IGN. They showed 22 things. Craig, this link is in it in order of how they were shown, not alphabetical. So, if there are any you want to point out?
Yes, it was another one of these IGN partner ID showcases, which they've done quite a few before, right?
Yes.
And they tend to be bad to middling, I would say, in the past.
Mhm.
They've done some which are really bad and went on for absolutely ages, and some which are okay. This is probably in the middling the pack, I would say, in terms of quality this time around again. In terms of, I'll pick out some that I thought looked good, and then if you boys have got any others you want to add, you go for it. I thought Vapor World looked pretty cool.
Vapor World
Apparently
to
that was
me
shown.
looked like 2D Lies of P.
Yes, this is exactly what I thought when I was watching. Apparently this was shown back in 2023. I
Really?
cannot remember that. But yeah, it did.
How many indie shows do we get per year, guys?
Yeah. I found that's when it was announced to Game Pass back then. And yeah, it had really cool art style. I thought, like I said, 2D kind of action adventure game, and apparently there is a demo coming for June. I don't know when that means this game will come out. If it's if it was announced in Game Pass all the way back in 2023, you'd like to think pretty soon, right? But is that one that Pengi you like look up if you like a bit of Liza P, don't you?
I do, but I'm not sure how I feel about that in a 2D setting. I haven't played a 2D like Souls-like game yet.
That's the next step.
That is the next step. I don't know.
Blasphemous, those games. Those
Yeah,
2D
Blasphemous and stuff like that. Yeah, like in Lies of P, for instance, like you could roll around and dodge, obviously in 3D space, and like this, obviously can go backwards and forwards, but it's not quite the same, is it?
It isn't.
Where like
Right.
I would like roll around and then poke him with my rapier, and then dodge again. Don't take damage, and then go back in, do a few more slices, and then dodge it again. Ah, yeah.
Anyway, moving on. They showed a fairly long again. We've talked about fairly long enough on this podcast. We don't need to talk about that. One that I thought looked really cool is, I don't even know how I meant to say this, Loft Song?
Yeah.
I think I
Go
meant to
with
say that.
Go with that.
Yeah. This looked like Below, but we've made it good this time.
Looks Below with Journey Sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had the kind of Below vibe art style sort of thing going, but actually like there was some stuff going on in there. Some puzzles going on. Looked like there was, a bit more to it than just just wandering around and being small, like Below looked like. I thought this looked really interesting. I think this is the first time we've seen this. I can't remember ever seen this before.
Yeah, I can't remember seeing this before.
Did this do anything for you, Pengi?
Yeah, it looks quite good. This is my sort of thing. Like I said, I got Journey vibes from it, of like how you're going in the sand, but it's like black and white. I get a bit of Cocoon as well from it. Cocoon, Below, and all that stuff. Rewatching the trailer, so yeah, definitely one for me. No date whatsoever. It's just coming when it's coming. So there we go.
It will come out at some point.
Yeah, because I was going to say you missed at the start. The no goes to the ground because I played the demo of that. Really, so you've still not got a date for that. I don't know. We've must have seen that game like 6 or 7 times now. Still no date. Very
Madness.
disappointed. Yeah, very
You
disappointed
gonna
on
play
that.
it when it gets a date?
Yes.
There you go. I'll skip on quite a bit now. Golf with your friends 2. Is this the first time we've seen this?
Yes. Very,
I
very
know
popular game. The first one.
very.
So.
I remember. Wasn't this a big achievement hunter game,
Yeah,
Dave? Is
big
that where I
achievement, a
remember
big
this
Ray
from?
game. Yeah.
Yeah. That obviously got unveiled here. I don't believe this was Game Pass. I think this was just a normal release. But yeah, I like a golf game. I don't know if this is the sort of golf game I like, but it's cool. It's there if you want that sort of thing in your life. And then the only other thing I thought looked pretty interesting was Screenbound, which is the platformer which was 2D and 3D at the same time.
Yeah.
Where you pulled up your little Game Boy looking thing,
Yeah.
and you could see everything in both perspectives. I thought this looked really cool. Is there another game coming, or that has come out, that's similar to this?
No, I think that is this game.
I think
That is this game.
Yeah. They've
Yeah,
shown
I
it
think
before.
you're right.
It's been in development for ages.
Yeah,
this game.
they've shown it at one of these before, for sure.
Yeah, maybe that's where I'm getting it like confused in my head. Because I don't know, I was just saying, like nagging me. I was like, is this a copycat of another thing?
It copied
But yeah,
itself.
it looks. Yeah, it looks incredible. You almost look at it and you're like, how on earth does that even work? And maybe that's why it's been in development for so long, because they are trying to make this work. They've had this crazy idea and they need to somehow execute it. But yeah, it looked very, very good, I thought. What did you think, Dave? You like a platformer, right?
Yeah, no, good. I think it looks like an interesting take on that type of game. And did they say if it was Game Pass? It is. So, and Xbox Play Anywhere. So it's one I'd love to try, because I think if it works, it'll be one of those games you really look back on and go, wow, what a fun, unique experience it was. Obviously, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But no, it's definitely worth a try, Craigo. Definitely worth a try.
Yeah, absolutely, especially if it's on Game Pass.
It is, yeah.
And what about you, Pengi? Do you like a Screenbound?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting concept, and obviously, it, like you said, it's on Game Pass on PC, so it's one I would mostly check out as well. So
Yeah.
maybe it's one like if it's the only thing that month, maybe not, but it's definitely like, oh, I'm subscribing, it'll stream bounce here. Let's check that out while we're here, sort of thing.
Absolutely. And is there anything that I didn't chat about, Peggy, that you are compelled?
So in Nobi, the one story many
Inconveni.
stores. Inconveni, that sounds better. Obviously, it was at a PlayStation, it was at Nintendo, now it's here. But this, I think, is the first time they said it's coming to Game Pass.
It is. It comes to
And
Game
it's
Pass
out-
on Thursday.
And it's out on Thursday. And it's like, I knew this game was coming out this month, but I didn't know it was coming to a Game Pass thing. Because I was thinking about, like, oh, do I play this on PlayStation? How much is it going to be on PSN? Or do I buy it on Steam? How much is it going to be on Steam? Can I get a Steam King for somewhere? Now it's coming to Game Pass. I'm going to play it through on that. Especially now, obviously, I got a sub for a month. So that's where I plan to play. Well, maybe not on April 30th because I'll be playing Saros, but you know what I mean. That sort of thing. I think that's most probably it. Echo Generation 2 was got a date, May 27th. And this obviously looks better than the first one. Because you played the first one, didn't you, Craig? Did you play the first Echo Generation? Briefly. But this looks much better. I never played the first one. It's like, oh, it's got a weird art style. Didn't think it reviewed particularly well. But this new one does look way more interesting. It looks like, oh, they must have had a little bit of budget or something put towards it, and obviously that's got dated now, which is obviously quite a good thing. Of the May 27th again, I don't think it says it's Game Pass, this one, which is a little bit surprised. Though it is Game Pass, so again, that May Game Pass with Mixtape, Forza, Echo Generation is pretty good. I think that's it really. For me, anything for you, Dave?
Yeah. So Speedrunners 2, the first game I absolutely adored. and I remember playing it with the developer at the developer conference in Brighton. So it's cool that the second one is coming and it's got a big budget, because it's a much more graphically intensive game than the original, but it's a fun ass multiplayer game. Escape Academy 2, I know the first game was really, really popular. I kind of like the vibe of this sequel more, the like back to school kind of like art style, so maybe I can tempt Craig to get me a co-op partner and see if we can fool our way around some puzzles on Game Pass with that one. Obviously Echo Generation you've already talked about. Crash Out Crew looked pretty fun. Again, it's one of those, it's a streamery game. I do want to try Affiliate. This was the first trailer I was like, I'd be willing to try it as it's on Game Pass. You know, like it's not the type of game I normally play. But I didn't mind the vibe. But the trailer that was before I didn't enjoy that much, whereas this trailer I did quite like the vibe of it. So we'll give it a go. And then the last one, Pengi, for me, is of course Calanoro, which I thought looked
I
right
thought you were
up
going
my
to say
street.
that. That isn't Game Pass.
It's
though.
not
I can
Game
actually
Pass.
see-
That's
No.
summer 2026 on
What's
Series.
Calanoro?
So that
It's
is
the
the
weird
2D
platformer.
and 3D platform looking game with the like beastie girl that had like powers or some
Llamas
shit. Yeah,
in it. Are they
was
llamas? Not llamas. Lemurs.
lemurs.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it was like trying to get the thing what because it kind of looks like Mario 3D World a bit,
Yeah.
like
Or
that kind
Super
of
Lucky Style.
Super Lucky's Tale. Yeah, that kind of like isometric-y 2D 3D platformer with like 2D levels and 3D levels and stuff. It looked like a Dave game, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that looks quite fun. Again, it's coming to everything Xbox. It's on Series X, PC, Play Anywhere, etc., etc. Just not Game Pass. But yeah, considering that we had a partner showcase not long ago, this little indie show, in addition to Metro this week, I think there's a lot coming to Game Pass, right? And obviously, like we've talked about it just then, that if they're gonna focus on it more, having a reason to keep your subscription is very important. So I think everything they showed looks pretty fun here. I thought the Albion Online trailer was a little bit long. That's probably the only thing I will say.
I loved how they had the it was all like obviously like just real people talking and that, and I was like, "This is good. They're going to show this." I had no idea what it was, and it's going to look like absolute wank
it's an
trash, isn't
old
it? And they
showed
ass
it.
MMO as well, right?
it was absolutely. It looked like I don't even know what it looked like. It looked horrific.
It looked like RuneScape, but it's been out forever. Like Albion Online is old, so like the fact that it's now just come to console is like really funny to me. It's on Game Pass though, Craigo, so you're all good.
Yeah, that's something. Calamano looks really good as well, by the way. I'm watching the trailer again now.
Yeah, like I said,
completely
that
forgot about
that
this.
one really stood out to me, and I was like, oh, okay, that looks kind of fun. But yeah, I thought that was a fun little show, boys. A fun little show.
Mm.
And that, I think, is it. No
Yes.
news has happened. So lovely. So that is the show. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think of all of the news and all the games we've been buying and playing this week. Next week will probably be our games for May, and maybe a fantasy check-in as well. If there isn't any, I know
It can't be May already, can it, Dave?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
May next week. It's May on Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we were
It
supposed
can.
it can. We were supposed to have a state of play, right? Was that? Did I dream that? Did we talk about that last week?
Yes. So Nate the Hate said it was coming April 16th. That's his guesstimate. And I've said that was long gone. And then one of the Toms, I can't remember if it was Warren or Henderson, was like, there's definitely a state of play coming in April. Is where we're going to see the God of War prequel thing with Deborah Ann Wall as the main character. It's nearly May. So
yeah. So if PlayStation do decide to in fact show some games, that will be the topic. But if they don't, it will be games for May. But yeah,
they might have a state of play also to remind you that Star Wars is coming out.
I feel like they might have left that a bit late, right? It's out on Thursday.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will see. But yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.